How's it going, everyone? I'm Chris with Dissolves Gaming. If this is your first time here, I'd like to say thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you again. In today's video, I want to continue on with what we talked about in my last video, which is Google Stadia. But in this one, I want to take a look at maybe some of the things that are keeping people from really being excited, or some of the cons to the system as a whole. Let's get into it. So I'm going to show my screen right here. On here, we have a ton of different stats. So the first thing that I think a lot of people are concerned about is that you're going to have to stream a video game. So what does that mean? How much data is that going to take? How much time do you spend playing video games? Be sure to drop a comment and let me know. I know that I typically spend about 15 to 20 hours a week playing video games of some sort, whether that's on my phone, on my computer, on PlayStation, any of the different consoles that I own. If we're going to be streaming those games all the time, we're going to need to be concerned about how much data is actually being used. Let me switch over to this screen right here. On average, according to this study, gamers, male or female, ages 26 to 35 will play for 8 hours and 12 minutes per week. And this number has increased 25% in the last year. I think it's safe to say that this number is probably going to continue to rise as internet speeds become faster and more people have accessibility. Now, doing some quick math here, if we take 8 and multiply it by 300, and I'll go over where I got this 300 number from in a minute, and then divide that by 1000, that gives us 2.4 gigabytes is an estimate of the number of gigabytes that's going to be required to stream a video game on Google Stadia. I don't care if it's on your phone, on your computer, laptop. This is just an estimate. So 2.4 gigabytes. Now, where did we get that number? Here on this list is a estimate of approximate data usages for some popular games. So here we see Fortnite, Dota 2, Call of Duty games, Battlefield 5, World of Warcraft, Monster Hunter World, Destiny 2, League of Legends, and a lot of others. And as you can see, there's also quite a large range. Now, where did I get 300 from? If you noticed on that last page, 300 megabits is the number of usage required for Destiny 2. Let me show you. Destiny 2, 300 megabits. I know 300 was a little on the high end for most of these listed, but I think it'll give us a good estimate number, given that we don't really know how much some of these games that people are going to be playing, how much data they're actually going to use. So we'll continue with 300. So going back to the calculator, 8 hours, rounding down slightly, times 300 is 2400 megabits, divided by 1000 gives us 2.4 gigabytes every month. Now, that's not too bad. Honestly, I was anticipating that the number was going to be a lot higher. So I'm really happy to see this. But it's still something that we're going to need to take into consideration. The next thing that I wanted to show you is this. This is a some more information about the average number of data that is used by a consumer who has internet or a bundle of some type at their residence. Here we can see that internet only subscribers or cord cutters use 395.7 gigabytes of data. Now, people who have a bundle of some sort use 209.5 gigabytes of data. The next important thing here to note is percentage of power users. Now, they're defining a power user as somebody who uses more than 1 terabyte of data. So up in these numbers, we can see that people are using approximately a third if they're an internet-only subscriber, and almost 1/4 if they're a bundle subscriber. But the number of power users has also gone up significantly. The number of people using a terabyte or more is going up at a very substantial rate. Now, some people might not even know that they have a data cap. I don't know about you guys, but I use Comcast as my internet service provider, and we only use internet through them. And we have a 1 terabyte monthly cap on our data usage. That might be something you want to go check out if you're trying to figure out how much data you use every month. It's a good thing to keep an eye on. So, continuing on with this, now we know that the average gamer is going to spend 8 hours and 12 minutes playing video games per week if they are between the age of 25 and 36. Second, we know that it's going to take 2.4 gigabytes of data to stream a game on average. So in a month, if you're in this majority of people right here, the reality is that off this chart, you're probably going to be in this second category, because 250 megabits, as we've already looked at, isn't even going to cover 1 week of streaming a game. So we're going to see the 34.4% of users here increase significantly. So now let's talk about the Stadia itself. How much is it going to cost, and what are you going to get for it? If you look here, we see that in order to even be able to play a game on Google Stadia, it's going to require that if you want to even be able to play a game, it's going to require a $10 per month subscription. And this, of course, will get you to access a growing library of games, but at launch, it's going to be somewhat limited. It's also going to give you a subscription and a discount on game purchases. Now, we all know that we're not getting these games for free. Just like if you have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One premium subscription, you're going to be paying to play older games. There might be some onesie twosies on there that pop up in our games you want to play, but the anticipation is that this is going to be very similar to those systems that are already in place on these two established consoles. So we're going to be paying a price, and you might not even like what you get to play. But that doesn't even mean that you get to play all the newest games for free, because those games are still going to cost you around $60 if you want a standard version, or potentially up into the $150, $160 range if you want to be getting collector's editions or any sort of special edition games that'll have all the extra swag that we all know and love so much. So, having said all this, I think this is a good reality check to know that there's definitely going to be some things that we're going to need to watch out for with Google Stadia, but all in all, I think they've done a really good job in managing the amount of negative things as opposed to the number of positive things as we looked at in the previous video. Thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate you spending your time here with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.